Hello, everyone. My name is Keisha, and in this presentation, I'm exploring the Nashville Housing dataset with IBM Cognos. The big question I wanted to solve was how do property features like location, land use, and size influence sales prices? That information is valuable for buyers, sellers, and policymakers. I created 5 visuals myself and then used the Cognos Assistant for 3 more. So we'll see where human design shines and where AI actually helped. Here's the roadmap. We'll start with location through a map, then move into scatter plots showing value relationships, bedrooms and bathrooms, land use, and finally trends across time. Along the way, I'll compare my own charts with the ones generated by the AI assistant. This map came from the assistant, and it's showing average sales prices by tax district. Since my question was location based, a map was the right tool and it instantly shows geographic differences. And the gap is huge. Belmead at 1.4 million compared to Goodlettsville at 149,000. That's about 9 times higher. This scatter plot compares sales price to total value across the full dataset. You can see a trend, but outliers can obscure patterns if not properly managed. And the extreme high value properties create so much clutter that it hides the real story. This ties to one of the challenges I ran into while working with this dataset: balancing completeness with clarity. Here's the filtered scatter plot, and it's limiting to homes to under $500,000. When I reduced clutter by removing outliers, I was able to make the visualization decision ready. Suddenly, the positive correlation became obvious. Without filtering, decision makers could miss the relationship entirely. This column looks at average sales price by number of bedrooms, with bathrooms shown in color. I wanted to use color to add meaning, not just decoration. Here, bathrooms as color adds context instead of just clutter. The trend is mostly what you'd expect, that more bedrooms equals higher price. But notice after 5 bedrooms, the prices level off. That's a decision making insight for builders. Adding that 6th bedroom may not actually add that much value after all. This box plot shows price distributions by land use. I wanted to show spread and outliers, so I felt a box plot was the right choice to create here. Single family homes are stable, with tight ranges and fewer outliers. However, duplexes and vacant land, way more volatile. That information could be very useful for both investors and policymakers. The assistant created this dot plot, and it did surface something interesting. Vacant commercial land averaged about 3.2 million. That's a surprising insight, but compared to my box plot, it's less useful for decision making. The box plot I made showed spread, not just one number. This fits a point from our resources that answering the right question comes down to choosing the right visualization. Here, the assistant gave me a clue, but my design told the full story. This assistant generated line chart shows homes built after 1997, broken out by district. What I like here is how trends aren't uniform. Oak Hill spikes, while the urban services district is much more steady. This shows that using the right chart for temporal data works best to show trends over time. Here, the assistant really did help me see those district differences. This heat map looks at sales prices by district and decade. Belmead dominates across every time period, while Goodlettsville stays on the lower end. Heat maps are great for showing relative strength across categories and time. This chart makes the long term trends really clear at a glance. To wrap things up, here are 3 key takeaways. First, location dominates. Belmead homes average about 9 times higher than Goodlettsville. Second, filtering outliers clarified relationships, turning messy charts into useful ones. And third, the assistant gave me some helpful surprises, but my charts were usually clearer for decision making. Keeping my visuals simple and aligned with the decision at hand really helped me match the chart types to the questions I had. By properly filtering and using color with purpose, my analysis became much more actionable. And that's it for me. The Nashville Housing dataset really showed how much visualization choices matter. When I filtered smartly, picked the right chart, and used color with purpose, the data told its own story. I just had to allow it. Thanks for watching. Bye.